I want to know what the Spurs fan thinks of Arsenal now that we've leapfrogged them.
That's not
All right,
fair.
mate.
That's not nice. Let him be.
No, listen. What you guys have done, I respect, because that's exactly what I've been wanting Tottenham to do for ages. Now we've got an attacking minded manager. We're spending money for real, maybe this time. There's still time left in the transfer window. I'm trying to see if we're gonna do what you're gonna do. I'm trying to see if our fan base is gonna have the patience to back the manager. But it's not that I'm I kind of am a bit jealous of what Arsenal have done, but I want to do exactly what they've done, replicate it into this squad. And that's what most football fans really want for the squad, to build a project. And if we could do something like that, I'll be very happy. But what Arsenal have done, I respect it. I do respect it. And it did take a lot of
But
years
you're
to
never
build that
going to
as
be
well.
able to do it with Daniel Levy just wanting to hold on to whatever you guys have.
No, I get it. But there's now players coming to the end, that the players that you're saying that he's holding on. I think Eric Dyer right now is being pushed, and I think
what do you make of the Maddison signing?
It's a quality signing. It brings creativity to the team, which is something that we haven't had since Eriksen. And it brings balance to that midfield, because literally every midfielder that we have in the squad is defensive minded. We finally have one that's actually attacking minded. So that brings difference to the midfield, and finally we have some balance there. But I think James Maddison is a baller. I think he's a good signing. 60 million is a good fee. I don't think we overpaid. I don't think we underpaid either. I think it's just a good deal overall. It reminds me a bit of Bissouma last season, how he kind of flopped. But no, I think he's a good signing, good player. But Tottenham fans, don't just completely forget about the fact that we need defenders now. Continue to push now for defenders. And if we sign defenders, it's a good window. We need two center backs, and maybe some more transfers after that. But if we get two center backs, I'm happy with the window.
I think Tottenham got the best signing out of Rice, Havertz, and Mount in James Maddison. £40 million for that much quality is amazing.
Better than
£40 million. I think Maddison for £40 million has a better value than all the others.
He's talking about quality for value, because like,
quality for value. Mason Maddison at 40 million is better than Rice at 100.
I disagree with that because it doesn't matter how much Arsenal paid for Declan Rice, because when he comes in and elevates the team,
his point is that they got the best deal.
You're really you want to get one part of what I said, and you want to say something else, Don. I said the best quality for value, bro. This is what I said.
Best quality for value, 40 million.
100%. Maddison quality for value, £40 million is better than Rice for 105.
I get what you're saying in terms of, like, especially in these days. It's
Rice is great, Colleen, guys.
But who's the better signing? Who's going to improve their team the most?
I think Maddison improved Spurs massively over anybody else. Spurs needed a Maddison amazingly. I think Maddison is a fantastic player. I don't know why he went to Spurs, but I think he is a phenomenal player. He improves Spurs more than Rice improves Arsenal. That's my opinion.
I think the difference that he makes is bigger at Tottenham than Rice will make at Arsenal. But here's the thing. The difference that Rice is going to make, although it's not as big as the one that Maddison's going to make, but the difference that Rice is going to make could end up getting them to win the title. For us, it's like, what is he going to get us top 4? So I would rather have that. I think what I'm trying to say is that Arsenal's deal was a better deal for them because now they're going to go win the title. We're just going to push for top 4. But as a deal, I get what you're saying, because the price that we paid for Maddison is more worth Maddison's.
I don't disagree with you, Dan. Like, if the difference is winning the league, yes. But I'm saying the difference is going to make a Spurs is like night and day, in my opinion. James Maddison, if he plays even the same level that he plays at Leicester, who got relegated last year, it's night and day for you. I think him behind Harry Kane, if he stays, it's just different level, in my opinion, because I rate James Maddison really highly as a number 10. I think he delivered in a terrible Leicester team last year. They were absolutely terrible, and he's the only one on the pitch that you're guaranteed that he's going to deliver. And I'm watching this.
I'm just going to say that he's a great signing for them, honestly, and they did well getting him, because a lot of people have wanted James Maddison in the past.
You're going to find a way to shit on it. Go ahead.
I'm not. All I'm going to say is based on what he's saying right now, I don't think you can make that comparison. If you want to make a comparison, maybe make the Kai Havertz comparison to Maddison, because Maddison's a better signing than Kai Havertz. But if you're going to compare Declan Rice, which is a British record transfer fee, to somebody who went for 40 million. It's just the margin in pricing and the value and the impact that player is going to have is nowhere near each other.
Exactly that,
so you just I mean, I think Maddison's really, really good. The one caveat and the one problem is his injury record. The guy does typically miss a couple of months a season through injury. We know how important that is. But I just want to make sure I understood you right, Mo. What you're saying is that you think the growth in the Tottenham team with Maddison being added to it will be bigger than the growth that Arsenal will see.
Yes.
Wow. So you don't see Arsenal being able to
no. See the difference. Arsenal needed one step, which is Declan Rice. Spurs needed a lot of steps to develop the team, to improve, and I think Maddison provides that. So as Dan says, if Rice might be the factor that will win in the league, but they weren't far off of winning the league. Arsenal last year, they weren't far off, but Spurs were really far behind, and Maddison adds that. And I want to correct you, and I don't mean that with all due respect. Maddison's injury record thing is an actual myth, in my opinion. I'm looking at his number. He played more than 30 games over the past 3 seasons.
Myth.
All
right, Heisenberg, chill out.
Meth is something else, man.
No, but what I mean for real, like I keep reading about this Maddison's injury record, and I really went and checked. Maybe I'm like, I don't see right. He played over 30 games every season in the last 3 seasons. He didn't miss a lot of games. So he played last game, he played 30 games. The season before, he played like 34 games. Am I wrong here? That's not like he doesn't miss a lot of games as well. I think Maddison's a fantastic sign. I really thought that he would go to someone like Man United, which is different profile of player.
I thought he was going to go to Newcastle.
But because they have Bruno and they were chasing Mount, it didn't make sense for them. I thought he would go to Newcastle. They're missing a number 10 completely. Yeah. Even at Chelsea, I thought James Maddison next to Caicedo and Enzo, allowing Nkunku freedom up top, I thought it would be great. Him at Spurs, it will work for Kane, but I'm sorry, unfortunately, it's short term. Because even if Kane stays, it's going to be only 1 year, and who's going to replace him is a big question. So,
Mo, do you think Maddison's
exactly? Thank you so much, Dan, for that.
Mo, just a quick question: do you think that Maddison's going to get them back into the top 4 then? Because that's what it sounds like.
It's like they might go for like a 4th or a 6th or something. There's the other teams are actually improving more than them. But
they need Son back.
We
remember that Spurs last year. Actually, Spurs finished 8th. Them finishing 6th and going back to Europe again is actually good for them. Let's put that in our mind. Like Spurs are completely missing out in Europe this year. Are you playing Europe at all then?
No, we're not.
Not at all. So for you to get just Maddison for 40 million and play Europe, I know you need a lot of players. I thought you signed Langley now on a permanent deal. That's what I'm understanding that Spurs did. I thought I saw that rumor. Maybe it's a rumor.
Where?
Maybe that was a rumor.
They're not. I think they're not pursuing Langley. They're letting him go.
They're not pursuing Langley. But they still a lot. They still need a lot. Spurs. But Ange, for me, I haven't watched the game with this guy, so I don't know. But everybody's telling me he's offensive.
Nor Spurs fans, to be fair.
But everybody's telling me he's very progressive, though.
I've got to do some of these super chats here because there's loads of them. This one here says United fan, if RT gets Arteta gets Kai lit and Timber kills it on the right. Poch can get Chelsea killing it. City and Liverpool back. We are going Europa, is what Kay says there. No faith in there. I will say there's been some breaking news that the add-ons for Mason Mount, the extra 5 million, is if Man United wins silverware. So
that's
no worries there then.
By the way.
They'll get that, won't they?
But isn't that everyone's?
No, some of them are based on appearances. They're all different, really. So they're all different. Spurs won last season's transfer window in July, is what Harold says here.
Recycled joke.
Terry, you consistently call Egal out, but don't half the time with League. You don't watch my shows with League Gunner. You don't think I call him out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say this, but how the hell can you put that message in? Me and Lee Gunner don't fight on camera. I don't challenge him. Oh my word. I'm sorry. That is a madness. I actually don't. Me and Gal have had some fiery ones, but come on now. I'm sorry to say this, bro. But that I don't even think I've disagreed with anything Gal said today. I've been a little sarcastic on a few things, but Yeah.
No, we've agreed.
There's still
Yeah.
time. There's still time.
Miguel's been
There's
rational
time
so
left.
far.
A few minutes.
He has been a
Like,
player.
you know what it is? You guys have tried to disagree with me, but you agree with my point. Just spice it up with another
I
word.
didn't really get involved in that one, to be fair. There we go. A player's fee doesn't always equate to quality. That's very true, Tony. Maddison is replacing Kane's deep line. Listen, if we get those Qataris, and did you see the news today from Bloomberg about?
Yep.
So Jim is basically out. Yeah.
If the Qataris come in, I do believe we'll get Harry Kane because the money will go up, and we'll just go in and we'll pay whatever for him, and then that boy can come to a proper club and win some trophies.
You don't have to hurry up.
They talked about it yesterday. They talked about it yesterday in local news in Qatar, and it was the first time they've talked about it because I was in a space listening about it, and someone was explaining that the TV channel that broke it out is the first time they've talked about the whole thing since it happened. So they're like, the fact that they just came out now to talk about it shows, like, it must be serious. Like, they know stuff.
Very, very interesting with it. Yeah,
it's a smoke screen for Mike Ashley. Don't get yourselves too excited.
Yeah,
That's who I want to see.
Colleen, you're not being nice to me on the first time. I don't like that.
TBG here says Arsenal between 06 and 2015 had a net spend of plus 20 million. Retrospectively, to Chelsea fans, the circumstances are completely different. Go look at the squad values in comparison from when we started spending. I hear you on that, and listen.
Yeah, but the overarching point is that we spent a lot of money to replace a lot of players that we lost, and again to have to rebuild a lot of the poor recruitment that was done before. It wasn't 600 million on top of what we had. It wasn't 600 million on top of Rudiger, on top of Christensen, on top of these players. We got rid of most of these players, so we had to spend. Like Igal said, these players don't come for free. We had to spend. So people just look at that and think, oh yeah, you've got to win the league. It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't. But on top of Pulisic, on top of Havertz, on top of Werner, on top of Ziyech,
the same players.
Can I go on?
That
Do I go on or no?
The same players that we're trying to get rid of. You can't talk
which
about
is fine, bro. The difference is other clubs are stuck with their players, but your club is so smart for selling these guys. Manchester United are stuck with some of the players because they couldn't move, but your club is smart, which is I give you props for that. Your club moved them, but the fact is you bought a lot of players.
They did good, but you seem very worried for someone who was telling me how good your club is in the state of. But hey, it's okay.
I'm not worried. I'm far from worried.